back to what I was saying, my video cut. But yeah, it says by mid-century remarks about skin color and categorizing of people by simple color-coded labels. Color-coded labels. Red, white, and black have become commonplace. Okay, so tying back to the Americas is the original home, and dealing with the Mu lands. Okay, and Mu, tying back to it on the brain, they call it the Moors. It's a brain receptor. Mu ties back to part of the brain, which ties back to part of the grid because this uh, arena that we're in, which is called a pan, that ties back to all this shit too. But we connect to the brain. I mean, we connect to the grid, to these ley lines, these energy lines. That's what they're trying to tap into. When you tap into a phone line, you either tap in or tap out. Okay, so we're gonna make these niggas tap out. That's the whole goal. All right. So when it comes to white, white is a combination dealing with Africa, India, all them lands in the new lands. And when I say new lands, I tie that back to Mu and Nu. Because I said Mu is one side of the brain and one side of the grid. So the new lands is the other side of the grid, which is tying back to the Greenwich, which looks like Greenwich line, okay, which is from north and south supposedly. In my eyes, there is no north and south, but unless you're talking about dimensions, meaning height and volume and all that extra shit, which, you know. Okay, so anyways, yeah, so white is just like a combination of all of them. Okay, black supposedly means dead in law. I mean, dead in law or lost to sea, some shit like that. So red is what we need to be looking at because I didn't even look at it. I mean, I feel like I looked it up a long time ago and just didn't record and go with the download. So now I'm back again around this time. Okay, so documents from the colonial period indicates that the use of red as an identifier by the Native Americans for themselves emerged in the context of Indian European diplomacy in the southeastern regions of North America, becoming common usage in the 1720s. Subsequently, variations of red man were adopted by Europeans, becoming a general label for all Native Americans. Okay, so when it got adopted by the Europeans, that ties back to like that Dave Chappelle video when he was talking about niggas couldn't sell the land. I mean, it's like the $5 Indians. Okay, so yeah, pretty much sum that all up. It's the $5 Indians. Europeans becoming a generic label for all Native Americans. Linguistics evidence indicates that while some tribes may use red to refer to themselves during the pre-Columbian era, based on the origin stories, the general use of the term was in response to meeting people who called themselves white and their slaves black. The choice of red rather than other colors may have been due to cultural association rather than skin color. Red and white were whatever that says. I don't want to say it wrong. Shit.
Dichotomy.
Red and white were a dichotomy that had pervasive symbolic meanings in southeastern native cultures, which was less prevalent among northern tribes. That's Route 72. southeast. Route 72 is the Gulf of Mexico, which is really now called the Gulf of America, which makes more sense. But because that whole from Canada down is America. That's the road to the got other lands, really. But really is already here. It's just as portals. But anyways, like Noah's Ark portals. Red and white were dichotomy that pervasive symbolic meaning southern eastern native cultures. Yeah, that's Route 72 from Texas all the way to Florida on that coastline. While there were occasionally use of red in Indian European diplomacy in Northeast, it was still rare there even after it. Okay, so Indian European, those was the natives and the Moors. Instead, Indians was translated into people native languages there as men, real people, or original people. Usage in northeast regions by Europeans may have been largely limited to descriptions of tribes such as the. We just gonna let Siri read this shit. The Biwak. Okay, y'all see that? Alright.
Europeans may have been largely limited to descriptions of tribes such as the Beothuk of Newfoundland, whose practice of painting their bodies and possessions with red ochre led Europeans to refer to them as Red Indians. 5. The personification of the Americas was staged at Whitehall Palace in December 1613 by a dance